I think you have explained in these dissertations how language structure grew originally from frequent usage, where past and present interaction shape future communications, and also immersion can be discussed through the grammatical patterns and fluency that arise spontaneously, and ecological framework here, how learning is situated in cultural context, and learners act upon social, cultural, and environment context. Thank you very much for the answer. And my second question is aimed at pedagogical design and implementations points. Based on the finding and discussions of the study, practically the results indicated that the materials were easy to use and implement in classroom activities. Therefore, the developed learning materials supported pre-service teachers in applying the global English-oriented pedagogy in English language teachings. My question is, how can pre-service teachers adapt and implement this ecological model in resource-constrained classrooms and other factors? So you can explain about, for example, schools in Langsa. The schools in Langsa provides facilities such as desks or supplies, and how about the materials such as teaching aids, tools, and do the teacher cooperate with students' parent or parent partnership? Do teachers connect with families and community to bring local knowledge, storytelling, and real problems into daily lessons? And might be there is a critical reflections. The teachers will train themselves to view students' behavior as a response to ecological or local knowledge. Please.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for the question. How pre-service teacher implement this material? I think there are several levels for elementary school, junior high school, and also high school. Every level is different. For elementary school, they can show different variety, how to say hello in English, how to say hello in Arabic, how to say hello in Indonesia, how to say hello in... And then in terms of junior high school, pre-service teacher can implement it and show the variety of English around the world. And then they can learn how to speak like close to Indonesia, Singapore English, and Malaysian English, and other, like Indian English, and from other movie. Because when they show how they speak English, it can improve their security to learn it. They feel more comfortable in learning English, because not all of students can speak English like British in America. Even we consider someone can speak English like American or British English, but still American or British consider that the way we speak, the way we give our opinion, the way we communicate, it shows our identity. And the last one, for senior high school, a student can represent the material from reading, because reading helps them to see the awareness around the global, across the global. I think that's it, my answer, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prof. Vendors. And this last questions is related to the evaluations and research methodology. You have done and evaluated your research through R&D method and applied the instruments, classroom observations in data collections, and mixed method and data analysis. My question is, what empirical criteria or indicators did you use to measure the effectiveness of the ecologically grounded global English materials models? You may focus your answer on the linguistic and communicative criteria, or global English awareness, and pedagogical engagement criteria. So the time is yours.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for the questions. For the effectiveness, actually, I evaluate by using pre-test and post-test. That is to see their prior knowledge about global English and ecological perspective. But after that, I also interview some of students, and also I give the questionnaire to see what they understanding about the term, about like diverse global Englishes, because they understand about English as lingua franca, they understand about English as international language, they understand about English as a second language, but they don't understand about global Englishes and ecological perspective. They understand about cultural background related to their personal background, but the term ecological perspective is still weird for them to understand, and then also global Englishes there. So I say that global English is the umbrella to cover all English as lingua franca, English as international language.
Okay, thank you very much, Ibu Chut. Thank you so much. So I'll give it back to the rector.
Okay, thank you, our external examiner, Prof. Tira. You posed the answer for our Promovendus. I think your question is very good. I hope you're always healthy and happy every day.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, next we will question. Next year I give for the first examiner, Professor Dr. Siti Aisyah Ginting. Time is yours.
Okay, thanks for this chance. Okay, Chut, I
Yes.
just asked you 3 questions also.
Thank you.
First of all is, what is the main contribution of your study to English teacher education, particularly in preparing future teachers for linguistically and culturally diverse these classrooms?
Okay, thank you, Prof, for the questions. What's the main contribution my research? I think the main contribution of this study that provide empirically validated learning material model that translate into global Englishes, into classroom practice and ecological perspective. The GEBEP help pre-service teacher to be as a bridge, yeah, the reality and into classroom practice. I think that's it, ma'am. The model also equip future teacher with the knowledge and skill needed to be English teacher for the future. Again, that's it.
Okay. Next, the second question. How does your model balance exposure to different varieties of English with the inclusion of ACEHNESE, local language and culture?
The model balance by integrating global Englishes and also global, also ecological perspective. Some students are exposed to different variety English around the world, so they understand what kind of English they have to teach to the student. Because most of us teacher like teach English in the class or evaluate the best student is if they speak like American English or they speak like British English. So that's why by integrating the GEBEP and ecological perspective, this will help preserve teacher for the futures. I think that's it, my answer.
Okay, the last question. After completing this dissertation, what are your plans for the future development and further implementation of the model?
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for the questions. I think I will do another research for in-service teacher because they already teach English for the long time. And also I will interview my previous participant to see the impact, the class that I have been given to them about GEBEP and also ecological perspective. At the same time, I'm developing the product into the valid model book. So every teacher can use this book into classroom practice. I think that's it, my answer.
Do you think that you are sure that these products will be used by the government, or you propose to the government to applicate, to implement this model in the classroom? What do you think of this?
Yeah, I'm not sure that government will use this product, but because it's difficult. But I believe I will present it, my idea into school and workshop to introduce that we have to change how we teach English for the students. But that I will try my best to introduce this concept.
Okay, thank you, Prof, for your question for Promo Indus. Okay, Prof Indus, are you okay?
Okay.
Okay, we move on. Yeah,
A bit
let us
nervous.
move on to next examiner, to Ibu Dr. Fauzia. Time is yours.
Thank you, sir. First off, I would like to congratulate you, Chut, on reaching this dissertation defense.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, my first question is, how urgent is this model for Aceh today? And what are the risks if we don't change the current way of teaching?
How urgent? Yeah, this is for Aceh. I think this is for me. This is very urgent because this is a new idea how to teach English. Because most of students who learn English, they can speak English well. They can speak about the word, but difficult for them to speak about the cultural background. They difficult to speak about Aceh's context. They difficult even they don't understand how to explain about Aceh in terms of global communication, because I see that many students that I said, can you explain about your cultural background in English? They will think that's difficult for them to introduce the cultural background. I think that's it. Answer.
Yeah, and the most important part of it is that we should avoid native speakerisms.
Yes.
Okay. My second question is that, to what extent is your model adaptable to other social-linguistic ecosystems in Indonesia, such as Java, NTT, or Papua? Yeah. In your understanding, which core components would require customization when applied to different regions?
Thank you, ma'am, for the question. I think for me, and this is not only appropriate for Aceh's context, because if the teacher want to implement this idea, they have first focus on contextual, and then communicative global competition, and then GEBEP, and then also ecological perspective, and then also the last one, competitive. As long as they focus in this aspect, they can apply, and this material also can adaptable for Japanese or for Batanese or for other region country in Indonesia, because the Acehnes is only context. They can change the context into Javanese context, Padanese context, and also another context to apply GEBEP and also ecological perspective.
Okay, thank you, Jude. I have one last question. Global Englishes emphasizes pluralism, openness, and global diversity, while Islamic values and Acehese traditions often involve strict cultural and moral boundaries. How do your instructional materials promote global openness without breaching local and religious norms in Aceh?
Okay. Some people is still sensitive about religion, but I think some people is interested about religion. But it depends on the teacher how they create the learning material to bring the sensitive issue in the classroom. Make sure that they don't use I don't know how to say, for example, then they use about obligation or not, but sensitive issue. I think is the teacher focus on sensitivity. I think this is religion aspect also can be as a topic in GEBEP on also ecological perspective.
I think that part can be one of your instructional guidelines,
Yeah, I think-
right?
yeah, I think it's more
yeah,
sensitive,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your answer.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Bu Dr. Fauzia, for your question. It's very good. Now let us move to the next examiner, Ibu Dr. Ahriaswani. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for the chance given to me, Dr. Winsah Putra, SPD. Okay, Ibu Chut, I would like to read some questions which were delivered by Dr. Ani Holila Pulungan M.Hum. Okay, the first question is, I think it is still related to what Ibu Dr. Fauzia asked about that the model is transferable to other provinces in Indonesia. What about to other countries? How is the possibility that this model can be adapted to English as the foreign language to students from the countries which that the native language is not English? Please explain, Ibu.
Okay, thank you for the question, ma'am. I think my model also can be adapted to another country around the world because it's only focused on GE, Global English, and EP, ecological perspective. And then the teacher can create the material according to the background where the students come from. So focus on Global English and ecological perspective. The material can be changed every time.
Okay, it's about the adaptable of the materials which actually can be adapted to other countries, right? Okay. Next, about the research methodology, Ibu, how can you justify that the research and development methodology is appropriate for developing this learning model? How can you convince us that this research methodology is the very appropriate research model that can be used to develop your model?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for the question. I think I use the research and development board and goal, and board and goal have 9 steps of research procedure. And actually, I already disseminate this my product, also my model, into another university, but as a speaker. But I don't teach in the class, but I presented the idea and the model, and then classroom implementation, but for a bit, not the whole, like I teach them for 1 semester. So that's why I believe, and not I do believe, but I believe I can justify this, yeah, can appropriate for
Yes, okay. The large stage of R&D model is summative test. Is it right, Ibu?
yeah.
Okay, please explain to us what is the summative test that you did as the last step, as the last sessions of this model.
I just do, the student have to create lesson plan, and then I interview and check point by point, and then interview them why they use this one and why do you use part reading this one, and then I try to clarify one by one of the student. I don't give them like question on number 1 to number 10, but I call them and one by one is kind of interview, and also I'm doing the test.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Ibu, for the answers. For my second questions, now the last questions about the ecological design. You claim in your dissertations that the ecological designs you made encourage active participations, collaborative learning, contextual problem solving and reflections, making the learning process more meaningful and responsive to students' real life experiences. Okay, please explain the theory which is relevant to this claim.
Okay. The student, after they creating lesson plan, they have to share the idea with their peer buddies, and then also they have to present about them as a micro teaching classes, which idea, but GEBEP and also ecological practices encourage, and also the material development encourage to share the perspective, the lesson plan that they already create in the classroom. So this collaborative is relative. I think GEBEP and also ecological perspective and material development also use like collaboratively across the theory.
Okay, Bu, thank you very much. Yes, Bapak Pimpinan Sidang, saya sudah selesai memberikan pertanyaan.
Okay, thank you for your question, Miss Dr. Fahri. Thank you. We have concluded the question and answer session. The exam process smoothly. Now I bring back to host.
Rapat penetapan hasil ujian oleh tim penguji.